Right. Okay, guys, we are live. We are live. We are live. We are live for it's obviously it's just after about approaching 1 a.m. in the UK, but we are live for Norway versus Senegal. Um Obviously there's been a delay with the France game. Um so we'll keep you updated with that. But they're just doing the lineups now. Kalidou Koulibaly, Idrissa Gana Gay, Papa Gay, Sadio Mane, Nicholas Jackson, and Ismail Assar fighting for Africa, but it's going to be a challenge. And this is essentially the battle for second place. Obviously, France are in this group. France still waiting on. I mean, I don't actually know what's going on with France versus. Yeah. Update. We're going to get a kickoff at what? So it should be kicking off now. No hydration break, and so they're just going to play the full on 45 minutes. No hydration break. Well, just interesting. So, what are the hydration breaks actually necessary? Well, interesting. Right. 4, 3. Like I said, apologies for lighting. It's just it's late. And kickoff has begun in Norway versus Senegal. Hmm. I don't know these things. I think the biggest issue with um, Senegal and most African teams right now is just the fact that no one can score consistently. Um, I mean, I think it's only ironic enough Egypt and Cape Verde that have scored more than 2 goals in their games so far. Everyone else has struggled. Um, whereas Norway have a good goal scorer in the lane, but is the rest of the team good? That's the question. You know, especially with set pieces like this. The corner to Norway, clearance might be a bit harder to get. Another corner. Let's go. Okay, corner again to Norway. Let's see if they can deal with it. A near side corner. Senegal in the white, Norway in the black. I don't know why. Weird. I don't know why they couldn't wear the traditional red that Norway have. Am I missing something? The kitchen clash. Of the red. It doesn't make sense to me. Oh, it's a good save on the line. But flag is offside. It's a good save. Oh, Mandy. It's a good save. It's a great save. A fourth consecutive corner. What is going on? Jeez, finally away. 4 corners. There must have been a bet on that. Okay, now Senegal can break. And Nicholas Jackson is offside. My goodness. Is he? That's a bit close. I'm not sure about that, but can Nico Jackson stay onside for once? Is that too much to ask? But so far, Norway starting the better. Throwing the ball here. Doing really well, actually. They've certainly improved and gained confidence since the Ling has been a part of the squad. But this is a different test. If Jackson could stay onside, but you've got Ismail Sarr, Nico Jackson, and an aged Sadio Mane, so this is the problem. Anyway, let's see how the game goes on. Oh, Sarr. Oh, through testing, and it's a free kick to Norway. Yeah, our keeper goes to it first. I think it's good. Yeah, I've got no idea why. Why are they wearing black? I don't understand why they can't wear the red and blue thing. The kits don't clash. Am I missing something? Senegal wearing white. Oh, loose touch from Arias for Norway, and it's a Senegal throw-in. Well, Senegal have the benefit, at least, that they're if they can get something from this game, if they don't lose this game, then in theory, they should beat Iraq. Well, in theory, France should beat Iraq, but don't know yet. That game has been suspended. Costa's in, back in. Oh, and oh no, recovered back by Senegal, but lost again in Norway on the attack here. Again, one bit bitty. Foul to Senegal. Let's see if the French. Yeah, the France game was resumed. Try and keep you guys updated with that. But right now it is just Norway, Senegal not watching, which was always going to be the watchalong anyway today. So, but the France, obviously the previous game, I didn't have to with the Argentina getting the 2-piece with Austria. Mane, good one by Mane, but obviously in the box to really give him that help. Yeah, I think if Senegal beat Norway, then they finish second in the group, which is what I think people expected. But let's see what can happen here. And that's poor from Mane. Mane's touch there, not good. There's a lot of passing between different sides, but for me, it's what goes on in that number 9 box. That's the difficulty. No. Mbappe. Interesting. 2-0, just as a gift. A gift from Iraq. A gift from Iraq. And it is 2-0 to France. Mbappe. Mbappe has responded. Mbappe has responded. A brace and a brace again. It is France 2, just for those who are tuning in. Obviously, because the gap match had to be delayed due to, but it's France 2, Iraq 0. And we knew Iraq were going to be shout out to Iraq. They got their goal against Norway. But they were going to kind of be the punching of the group. But let's see. So, try and put this here. That probably works better in terms of the lighting. Oh, big up, buddy. Big up. So honeymoon period is over for this tournament. Yes. FIFA knew this. Of course. Oh, early substitution for Norway. Holman Pedersen on. It's a shame. On just 12 minutes. It's not ideal, is it? Not ideal. It's still 0-0 in this game, but I said the most up-to-date news, it is 2-0. I mean, I'm not apparently it was Iraq made absolute, and this is the thing, it happened again with the Haaland's goals again. They gifted Haaland 2 goals. Iraq did gift it. I'm watching the text commentary, but that was a different keeper. Sloppy form, and it's a shame because they've been trying to make a game out of this, and they have. But ultimately, this is what happens. So I said in this tournament, I was like, it's going to be interesting. Last year at the CWC, This is a big issue. It should have been resolved. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's not a lot you can really do about the weather, but yeah, I mean, they're gonna have to get the games played. It's just it'll be interesting to see how this will affect the ones, because clearly, if this happens in a final, then it's just gonna be a mess. And whatever you say, the momentum of the game changed and stuff like that as well. So, especially with how much, oh, no one attack here, and it's over. Oh, Elise Bar. Yeah, from what I'm hearing, he's cooking. From what I'm hearing, Mbappe is cooking. I might try and put it on my background in the same fact. Let me try and put my but I also hear that it was a terrible, terrible mistake from the Iraqi goalkeeper for the second goal. A terrible mistake. Let me see if I can get the match on. Okay. Uh Benjamin Fucci is Mane going to support in this World Cup? I mean, he's got to do something. Sorry, lighting again. In fact, actually, what I'll do, I'm gonna turn the light on in here so that I don't have to use my torch. Just my wife was next to me, so I wanted it to be easy for her. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right. That's better lighting, and that means I can actually I don't have to use my phone for the torch. So Senegal corner there, but wasted. Also, the final, the stadium where Senegal is not as currently happening has. What's the final? That stadium where Senegal is not as currently happening has no roof. Well, that's perfect. That is perfect. That is perfect. If we get lightning in the final, man, it'll be an act of God. It'll be an act of God. I mean that someone doesn't want a certain team to do in the final. I literally think that lightning that happened was basically to give Messi more time and through Jackson, and but not the finish. Standard for Nicholas Jackson. Shout out to Messi for being the all-time um, all-time World Cup top scorer and potentially assists. The only thing I did say was I did feel like it was a little bit celebrate that at the end of the tournament. Don't do that when we're like the second game of the tournament, because especially with Mbappe now, like Mbappe basically scoring 2 goals. It's like the dude is now only 2 goals behind what Messi has done. Um, and it'd be absolutely insane for because we do talk about. I mean, I've already said that if Messi he's already scored 5 goals, if he drags this Argentine team, who, from what I can see, don't seem to really have any other attacking significance aside from him. If he wins a back to back, he's got to be de facto the greatest of all time, just in sport in general. Um, Back to back World Cups and dragging at 39, he's got to. Now, if Mbappe somehow drags his team and wins another World Cup for France, that would be an interesting conversation. I don't think you could say GOAT yet, but you could certainly put him in the R9 category. And obviously, he's still got one more. He's still got maybe two other World Cups left. And if suddenly, if you get three World Cups, then he go into Champions League at some point. Then again, that's an interesting conversation as well. Norway, but anyway, saved by Mendy. Shout out Messi. R9 had crazy efficiency in his World Cup campaigns. They showed a stat, and this guy has like half the amount of games Messi. And it's like exactly because when you obviously one of the things about these stats and these things like goal scores is that I always say when you're talking about goal scoring is that you do have to also look at the amount of games that player actually played. Messi's played at like, was this his fifth World Cup or something? How many World Cups did R9 play in? So for me anyway, I'm not trying to be biased here, but it's more impressive for me if a striker, just like with Haaland, people call him a stat pattern, but it's impressive to me that Haaland goal to game ratio is insane. Like it's essentially like since he started from Dortmund, he has one goal a game. That's insane. So that's more impressive to me than someone who like scores more goals, but like in but using more games to do so. And it's a foul to Senegal. It's not a good challenge. I'm not sure why the referee isn't going to give him card out. It's probably fine. Fontaine had 13 goals in that's stupid. For me, I think R9 is the greatest World Cup player. No, I think so. Definitely, like I said, there's a conversation to be had if Messi drags Argentina to the World Cup, to a back-to-back World Cups. I think there's a conversation to be had, definitely. But if he doesn't, yeah, it's still going to be R9, I think, in terms of being the greatest World Cup player. Less games, less goals, two World Cups. Wide in the France game. It's Norway Senegal's not really got kicked on yet, unfortunately. Messi had 5 pens last World Cup. He didn't win, and he didn't win most of the pens. Oh, well, I mean that's an agenda narrative. With HH, he was like hashtag no pens, so it'll be interesting to see. Oh, and France have scored again. I don't know who's scored. Oh, a lot of Japanese watching the front seems. Unlucky Iraq. I think is that Dembele that scored it. I think it's Dembele who finally gets his first World Cup goal in goodness knows how many games. And Senegal always going to a rehydration break. I mean, this game has not been good at all quality wise. And it's a good finish, through in the ball. Elise again. Bang, Dembele. Elise is that dude, man. This is for me why I think France. It's possible France Argentina final is going to be deadly, man. Because the France attack this time around is something else. I've looked at the permutations, and Argentina have frankly an easy path to the final. Easy. But depending what the permutations are, quite frankly, the hardest team that Argentina have to face to get to the final is England, and that would be into the semis. Everyone else, easy bombs, and I suspect Um, you know, but my predictions was always going to be Spain, France semi, England, Argentina semi. Maradona quoted goals were higher than Messi during his campaigns. True, true. Although I would argue the goals that Messi scored this World Cup have been pretty special. And also the age, man. Like, dude's 30, 38, 39. How are you doing that at this level? My only thing with Argentina right now is that, like, surely they can't completely rely on this dude. Like, what happens if he has a bad game or he's marked out of a game? Where people literally just mark him. Then what? What else do they have? Julian Alvarez, Lautaro. They've not really done anything so far. France game second. Yeah, no hydration break. Yeah, Argentina's. Yeah, I've looked at the hydration break for Senegal, Norway right now. France, I think, won't get a hydration break though. But I mean, it's already 3-0. Because I mean, Elise, how many assists has Elise got already? 2 assists. I doubt Mbappe want to come off. Ooh. Dude looks like this Norwegian guy that came on. Looks like he's must have torn his like quadriceps or something. Jeez, that's swelling up. Anyway, hydration break over, and we're back. Mbappe is, and it's helping him. It's helping him. It's helping him. Like at the end of the day, the longevity clause with these players, don't eat crap, don't drink alcohol. Drinking alcohol being the biggest one, and you're good. For me, Mbappe has, because he's, how old is he now? Is he 27? I think he's 27. How old is he? Yeah, 27. So for me, he has. It depends. Potentially one, maybe 2 World Cups at a push. It'll be 35. You can't play in that position. Well, I mean, Messi's 39, so I guess, but this is definitely the one that he needs to get, because at 31, he's not going to be. I don't think at 31 Mbappe will be at his peak, or still in his peak. We're coming towards the end of it. So this to me is the one he needs to do something. He might need help in 31, just like Messi needed help when he got his World Cup. But oh, it's not exactly the best clearance by Norway here. Mane, Jackson, and awful man. Nicholas Jackson's a waste man. I actually get angry watching him play. I get angry. Like with Mane, I'm like, oh, okay, this guy's intelligent thing. With Nico Jackson, I just get angry. This guy's also going back to Chelsea next season, so I wonder what's going to happen with them, because from what I gather, they don't look like they're in the running for a new striker. Did you hear what happened to Rafinha? What happened? Rafinha's what happened to him? What's happened? I know that he's not his form has not been good, but what happened to him? Obviously, it's in the Brazilian camp. Financial crisis. What? I've just seen it. Rafinha could reportedly leave Brazil for World Cup to deal with personal matters and alleged financial crisis. Is caused because of growing concern with the wing and new in the middle of the tournament. Financial crisis. Financial dispute. What? How are you? How are you? I mean, maybe his mismanaged as an accountant, but I don't get how serious family. I mean, the only thing I can think of is that, like, much like with people in Africa, Asia, etc., that he could be one of those people where family depend on him a lot, um, and people take advantage of him, and as a result, he's coming up with debts. But even still, I'd still like to think that if you are doing that, you should at least hire a good accountant to to help manage. For me, if I was earning that amount of money, I would make sure that I have like a on the phone accountant who's competent, to let me know, right, this is what you have to spend the month. This goes to this goes to that, this goes to this goes to that. Good. Is broke and wants to leave Barca, bankrupt. He wants to move to Saudi. Wow. Bro, what would have happened without the Saudi League, man? Jeez, literally, players are going there, literally going there for a payday. Managers, everything like that. I don't know how much money Saudi will have to spend, but they'll continue to spend, especially after what's happened with the whole war situation. But at the end of the day, people get the gist. They know that, oh, that's a terrible ball. Word on the street is that he has no money. 29 and bankrupt actual. This is what I'm saying. I don't understand. You know, it could be that obviously he has a gambling problem, a significant gambling problem. And that could be it. That's the only two reasons why I'm like, you're earning that amount and you're doing is, well, three reasons. One, you have a significant gambling problem. Two, like I said, he's Brazilian, so it's possible that, like, you know, families, friends, people asking for favors and money, and you can't say no, and the pressure, and that just causes you into problems. Or three, you just have a really, really bad accountant. And there's been some legal issues, like you got sued for one reason or another, or different things like that in the background. Maybe there was, I don't know, you did something you shouldn't have done, and then you paid something in the background and stuff. Um, Possibly, maybe he's been divorced. I don't know how his marital status, whether the courts told him he had to pay a certain amount. That's also another thing as well. He has to pay out a significant amount of alimony or child support. So there are many different reasons, some better than others. Someone said online he has people. That's what I'm saying. That's given the Brazilian thing. That's what I thought. But I've always kind of, I'm African. I also try and support my parents as well. But the reality is that I always think that it is, it's very sad that people at the end of the day only come to you because of money, um, and they don't really add anything to your life. They just kind of show their heads when money is needed. And that's put pressure on him. So, you could maybe make a case that this is probably a good thing, this bankruptcy thing, him being bankrupt, because if I was him, I would use it as a means to sort of to actually cut off the people that are taking advantage of his generosity, and say, listen, I'm declaring myself bankrupt. I have no money. I'm gonna just now do my own thing now without you who basically are just only here for when I perform. Anyway, the reason I'm talking about that is because as we mentioned the comment, and also because this game is actually quite boring. This is the I've got the France Iraq won on, but I think that started to settle because France are 3-0 up. But this game is it's giving me South Korea Mexico vibes. Rafinha's on 400k a week, I think. Yeah, obviously, um, that's probably not post tax. We've got to think about a few things. One, what is actually after tax? Because that will obviously take a certain chunk out of it. I don't know whether he's got companies or ways around it. Probably would. Again, like I said, he's a good accountant, but they'll pay tax on that. Then whatever is remaining from that, um, you've got obviously your living expenses, wife, kid, whatever the payments are for mansions or different things like that. Then you obviously have your family at home who you want to obviously live and make well. And that so I know 400k definitely sounds like a lot, but when you could add in all those things, it actually isn't that much. Um, France won a penalty. It's not. Shout out to these referees. A lot of these referees have been. I prefer the. I mean, I prefer the refereeing in the World Cup. Barely any delays with VAR. Generally correct decisions. Not allowing time wasting. Far superior to the Premier League should be officials be looking at and taking notes. No way Arsenal wins the league with these rules. No way Arsenal wins the league with these rules. Anyway, Norway nil, Senegal nil, still 0-0. Senegal probably need to win more than Norway currently. Because if they both get a draw, France face Norway last and only really need a draw to qualify, not to lose. And France, who have got 6 points now, will probably rest players in their third game. Last 10 minutes of the first half, it is Norway nil, Senegal nil. And France, Iraq has also gone to the last 10 minutes with it being 3-0. Oh, Odegaard. And that's a save by Mendy. Dashing on his line. It's a brilliant save by Mendy. Odegaard should probably score that, to be honest, if it is a good save for Mendy. But so far, from what I can see, Norway have the better. I mean, I'm a little bit disappointed with Senegal, to be honest. Their just attack is just they're a solid team, but their attack is just awful. Mane. Oh, again, no one there to tap it in. Mane is the Gay takes a long shot. It's over. Somehow Mane is still Senegal's best attacker. No one's taking a risk. He used that. Someone needs to take a risk when he cuts inside like that and pats in. Someone's got to, but no one. Last couple of minutes till the half. Last couple of minutes. No again. Oh, Haaland, no. Good idea, but no. My issue with African teams in Senegal is that they are so conservative. I don't know why. I would say Morocco. I'd also put Morocco in that. Morocco don't play particularly conservative. I still think they've got a better goal threat, but Morocco at least. Oh, Odegaard. But Morocco at least know how to kind of like control games. You know, they were controlling the game against. So I would put Morocco in that category. At least Morocco know how to control games. Cape Verde, as you said, there. And to be fair, Egypt have shown that they've, usually in the second half of their games, that they can do something. No, from wide. I don't know why. So yeah, so far, I mean, the top performing have been Egypt, Cape Verde, and Morocco. Ivory Coast, to be fair, went toe-to Germany and were actually okay. But again, were the attack. There was a break that happened, and Andorra, I think, from Pepe bricked it. So Haaland, Musa, Erling, Odegaard. Yeah, Odegaard's going to have to do more than that. It's a throw in to Senegal. Few minutes till halftime in the Senegal Norway game, and 4 minutes in both. Actually, they kind of started the same, but yeah, the second half was almost over in France versus Iraq. But Mbappe has responded to Messi's brace. He's responded. Oh, Senegal win it back, but Norway have got it, and they're going to the break. And Haaland is now in position. Haaland is in position, but doesn't get it. Again, you should have more pressing. I mean, the thing is just the talent. The Ivory Coast forwards is just more potential because the talent of Ahmad and Diomande and Bonny. Ooh, that's a poor clearance, and it's a goal. And Berezet scores, and it's 1-0 to Norway. And that was a terrible, and it's, to be honest, it's the least that Norway deserved, to be honest. Senegal have been hopeless in attack, awful in attack. Mendy has, Koulibaly was that, I don't know whether, I think that was him. I'll have a look. Just had an uncle moment. Absolutely complete mess. It should have been a simple clearance. And he just gifts it to them. Awful. Awful, awful, awful. This all comes from literally, and it just literally just passes it. Koulibaly just passes it. It's a terrible mistake from Kalidou Koulibaly. Now, should Mendy do better to save it? Yeah, yeah. Mendy needs to do better. It's near post. It's low. Yes, there's power, but so you've got a terrible mistake from Koulibaly. Mendy should save it. But to be honest, it's the least that Norway deserve. Senegal have been awful. It's weird compared to when they the first half against France, fantastic, amazing. And yet this half, awful. And much like again, once the African teams, how many goals did they score? One, and I think it was the substitution, and they lose the ball again, and Norway are attacking them. Norway and Mendy got it. I don't know what Odegaard was doing there, but yeah, I mean, terrible Odegaard, but it's like I told you, I don't see Senegal scoring. I mean, they won the ball back here, but are they going to make the right decision? No. Tries to run through. No, loses the ball. Winning it back. And the Senegal are great. They're great. They've got the physicality. They're great at winning the ball back high. But they can't do anything in the final third, so it doesn't matter. No one got bodies back. 4 minutes of extra time. But Norway back into position. Mane had. Oh. And no. From Ismail Sarr. Poor from Senegal, man. Really poor. That's what it's a shame. It's a shame because I did think Senegal might click on and do something. Yes, they're in a difficult group, and yes, Norway are not sort of because they're probably going to beat Iraq. But if I'm Senegal now, what I need to do is now not concede many goals, because what you don't want to do, you conceded. I think wasn't it 3-1? I think it was 3-1 to France, and it's now 1-0. So you're negative. You're already -3. You might be able to stat pad against Iraq to bring that down and still qualify. But you don't want to concede so many goals here that it doesn't matter. And it's a throw in to Norway. Oh, awful. 2 minutes of extra time they've almost finished the extra time for France, and it's over. Koulibaly, man. That's an uncle moment, man. Oh, wow. Haaland should have scored there. Oh my goodness, these guys are bozos, man. These guys are bozos. Haaland save for Mendy. These ex-Chelsea players, Mendy, Koulibaly, Nico Jackson, these ex-Chelsea players are bozos, man. Absolute bozos. Men Haaland needs to score that. Yep, Haaland, you need to score that. I'm sorry. You need to score that goal. I think Norway will win, but you need to score that. If somehow Senegal get back into this game and get something out of it, Haaland will rue that chance off the post. You have to score that goal. And what is that from Senegal again? Awful decision making. Just kicking it to just out to who? And it's halftime. What is saying? I don't know. I don't know what's happened to these guys. Like I put these guys as one, but much like with Turkey, they're getting into the disappointment category. I think they'll still beat Iraq, and so depending on how much they beat Iraq by, well, I assume they'll beat Iraq. I don't know. This is a problem. If they do beat Iraq, they need to not concede so many goals they can still qualify. Um, I still think 3 points is probably going to be enough. But I don't know what Senegal are doing right now, to be honest. It's disappointing. But anyway, in other news, France 3, Iraq nil in the same group. Kylian back with a brace, and then Dembele with another goal to make it 3-0. And that game has now finished finally, delayed due to the storm. In this one here, we'll go for a break now. Norway 1, Senegal nil. Norway deserved lead. Been much more, even though they're still not great attacking wise, but they have had more of the chances. I mean, let's quickly go to the stats. I think the stats will basically tell you, everything here. 8 shots to Senegal, 6, 4 on target on 1. Fairly even possession, and some of these shots, to be honest, were in the stratosphere. 4 corners to 1, and as it stands, obviously Senegal and Iraq are there, and with this negative, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be very, very obviously France and Norway will battle for the Mbappe versus Haaland show. They will battle for. Anyway, we will go to the break, but yes, disappointing. Just like, to be honest, just like when I watched South Korea versus Mexico, I was like, disappointing from the Korea, disappointing game. And this is a team that in the first game showed so much promise. I'm like, oh, South Korea, they can do something. Oh, Senegal, yes, and they lost, but they can really do something. In the second game, I'm like, nah, these guys aren't serious. It's like almost having too much time in between matches for some teams just kills any momentum they have. Um, I don't know. I do not know. Right, we'll be back for the second half. Don't go away. Right, we're back. We're back. We're back. We're back for the second half. Norway 1, Senegal 0, and what has been a very disappointing performance at Senegal first. But it's still only 1-0. So there's still opportunity for Senegal to, like I said, I'd probably think if they at least get a draw, they can maybe do something in terms of second place, etc. But if they don't, well, you've got to see who finishes third. But so far, if we look at, well, it's difficult to know about African teams. I mean, I think African teams, in terms of the top two, and Senegal lose the ball again, and it's literally a 4-on-3. It's a 4-on-4, and Haaland, and it's 2-0, and it's and 2-0, and to be honest, that's game. Just pathetic defending from Senegal once again. That's game. Shout out to Erling Haaland. It's just it's awful. It's awful defending from. It's a simple counter-attack transition. It's a 4-on-3. Ball is lost in midfield. I think it might be just a gay that loses it. Then again, I think Uncle Koulibaly possibly tries to get a leg out to try and it's just, you know, these are supposed to be, we're often told Africans are athletes that got pace and things and stuff like that. These guys are getting counter on the break. These guys look like they're not even fit. Look at this, running, split, and tries to cut the ball in. It's a pass from Odegaard, tries to cut it. Koulibaly, once again, Uncle Koulibaly, and it's a good finish, and it's 2-0, and for me, that's game over. Disappointing from Senegal, man. I genuinely thought this might be at least a close affair because I didn't want to sort of go and say the Norway's Iraq win was anything to go by, but this is not. These guys are just awful. Now you can, after this performance, just after this. I'll be real. After this performance, Morocco are African champions, man. AFCON champions, man. Like the AFCON champions Africa needs to be represented by in fact, let me tweet that. Now, you know, you're telling me that the best team in Africa, Jackson, but straight at the keeper. Good cross, but straight at the keeper. Doesn't matter. Not even. I can't even celebrate that. Say, oh yeah, it's a good cross, but it's Nicholas Jackson. It's a header. You know, it's straight at the keeper, not in the corner, not to give it a channel. You know, it's irrelevant. Yeah, Koulibaly is. How does it go? Yeah, yeah. That's like tackle. I don't know. He's an uncle that needs to retire, man. But like I said, to be honest, for me, this Senegal team, for both performances, the best I sort of saw Senegal was the first 45 minutes. Well, not 45, even the first maybe 35 of this tournament. I was like, ooh, maybe they can do something. After that, second half of France, awful. They brought a kid on who scored their only goal so far. And this first half against Norway, not good. Um, not taking a chance. See, again, lose the ball again, and they're quickly to be countered. And you'd think all that African physicality, whatever that means that they would not be getting countered, but no. It is what it is, but um, you know, I want the AFCON champions, the nation representing Africa, to be a nation that actually plays good football. Oh, it's a goal. It's a goal, and Senegal back. Ismail Assar. 2-1, bring it back. Two one. There's me dissing them. Yeah, on side, there's no issue with that. Touch. Yeah, onside, no issue going through. It's a good finish actually from Ismail Assar. He's budged, but he flicks it over with his foot to go over. It's a good finish. Shoot from outside. It's a good finish by Ismail Assar. Good goal. Nice. Okay. 2-1. Game on. Because I thought the game was over, to be honest. Because and it still is, because you got an uncle in defense. Even if the Senegal's attack was semi decent. Oh, the 18-year-old Barnes, who I think he scored the goal against France, if I recall. The PSG kid, the one of the new wonder kids coming through. Maybe maybe Senegal saw my tweet. I literally said, after these woeful Senegal performances, Morocco the only AFCON champs. The best teams can't be playing this crap. And after literally I posted that, Senegal score. So if it motivates them to actually get some of the point, it's fine. I was just, really annoyed at seeing them just be this bad. I still remember in what was it? Germany? Was it Brazil? I can't remember. I think it was Brazil. No, Brazil was 2014. Qatar 2018. No, Russia 2018. Then Qatar, yeah. I still remember that World Cup in Russia. Damn. Literally, Messi was 31, I think, at that point, and people were literally saying, this has got to be Messi's last World Cup. He's 31 years old. Like, it's going to be his last World Cup. Like, and he got knocked out by France. 8 years later, he's playing, he's scoring goals. Sick. Okay. Oh, Musa. Oh my goodness. And it's Erling Haaland again. Brace. Messi got his goals. Mbappe responded, and now Haaland has responded. And Senegal defending wickedly once again. Nah, I thought I was going to retract my tweet, but no, I'm not. I'm going to keep it there. It's just awful. Look at this. Poor, this is what I'm saying. I think that was Koulibaly, though. Let me see who it was. Yeah, it was Koulibaly again. Like the initial when I think Mendy or it gets cleared, Koulibaly's touch is awful and takes it away, and then he has to stretch, and then the ball is won back. Literally, three of the goals that we conceded. Okay, Mendy was at fault for maybe one of them. Three of them have been because of Koulibaly. Koulibaly has been awful today. Shout out to Haaland, man. He got his goals. Haaland has responded, man. Might get a hat trick now. Send these Senegal bums home, man. I'm sorry. Awful player. This guy's wow, yeah. Koulibaly is captain, by the way. Yeah, they're done. They're done. It was him. It was him. I literally saw it and I was like, it shouldn't have been a goal. And literally, Koulibaly, when he has the ball, he has a trampoline touch. The ball comes to him, it ricochets off his foot. Like I'm seeing it now, clicking like back in the ref cam. They clear it. Koulibaly wins it. He literally loses it because of his piss poor touch. Awful. It was him. Nah, give them nah. Koulibaly was washed during the pandemic era. This is he's a geriatric merchant. Nah, no, sorry guys. Africa isn't behind Senegal. Like if you guys are delivering this crap on the world stage, nah, just don't appeal. Just allow Morocco to have the AFCON. I'm sorry, guys. Africa has to be represented with quality now, not emotions and vibes. Sorry, I'm like not emotions and vibes, man. You literally your forward Ismail Assar, shout out to him, has basically got you back into the game. 2-1. There's some momentum here, and then Koulibaly, the captain, the disaster class. Just okay. I think they're switching keepers now because Mendy's been injured. But I mean, goalkeepers off. Yet Mendy is coming off. Who else is coming off? Kamara, Cisse, but nah, this has been so bad. And this is not to take away from Norway. Norway have played well, but I mean, um, and Norway, they topped the group qualifying ahead of Italy. But I still thought, okay, Norway, they're still a mid-European power in terms of their footballing ability. They're still relying on Haaland, but they've been convincingly the better team. In fact, it'll be interesting to see Norway versus. Well, I think France will still win, but this was basically battle for second place, and it's advantage Norway. Offside for Sadio. What was it? Yeah, I think Norway scored three. They scored four against Iraq and three, and France scored three and three. So I think actually, if the result stays like this, well, yeah, not even just stays like this. Norway will be well as of Norway should be top. I think. Let me see the table. Yeah, Norway top. Because obviously they've not done the head-to-head yet. Assuming Senegal don't get back into the game, but I don't know why I get the impression that Senegal have sort of like how Cameroon was and a few others where and to certain extent Nigeria, but where what happens to a lot of African teams is they stumble across a golden generation of players, back post, and then they either don't replace them because they're not invested in them, or they've got those aging players of the golden generation have almost like a birthright to play a national team and don't necessarily know when to retire. And I'm getting the impression with Senegal as well. The reality is Koulibaly shouldn't really be playing for Senegal as of yet. He shouldn't be. But he is because reasons. Because Senegal are officially, then they can't finish top two anymore, obviously. They've got 0 points both games. So much so that Norway actually top, which is going to be interesting. Because it means that France and Norway will have to kind of battle it out. And then it's Senegal versus Iraq, which you'd assume Senegal should be able to win, but the GD is I can't actually remember what the when it comes to determining the best third place teams, whether they use GD or goals scored. I suspect it will be GD that they use. So right now, Senegal have a GD of -4. So even if they beat Iraq, by how much? 3 points might still just be enough, but And Norway on attack again. Odegaard. Good tackle. Sanderberg. Away. Watch Iraq beat Senegal. Oh, yeah, of course. Of course. Guy, I don't... SSB, I don't take back what I said. I generally don't take back what I said. The AFCON champions have to be represented by their best team in Africa. And if this... water break, I think, now. If this is what is the representation of the best of Africa, then hand it back to Morocco. I don't care. Morocco have at least, I appreciate that they've also they've got 4 points. They're through. They beat Scotland and they drew Brazil. But but you see the way in Morocco, you're like, wow, these guys went toe-to-toe with Brazil. They were able to do this, and so on. I'm not saying that Norway and France aren't. I mean, Norway and France to me are probably stronger than Brazil and Scotland. So maybe they could have, but it's just the man of the performance, though. Like the mistakes by the defense, Koulibaly, just yeah, I can see it as well. I can see it as well. I think after this performance, I don't think you're going to find many Africans that are going to be behind Senegal for this whole AFCON debate thing. Truth be told, Mane needs to go on the bench. Exactly. That 18-year-old kid for me was the dude. For some reason, didn't start. Oh, Mane, he'll do. And in fairness, Mane has been okay. He crossed box in the box, but Ismail Assar, but for that goal, nothing really. It's goal difference, then goal scored. Yeah. I mean, it's difficult because I think 8 out of the 12 qualify. So I think a lot. So it's actually possible that maybe even I'll bring it up in a second. Not sure, to be honest. BBC has a. I think you told me about it. BBC has a has a thing about the permutations. But let's see this World Cup groups. Just quickly going through, yeah, so if I look at right now, obviously not every team has played every game. We've still got games from Group K, L, and the last from Group J, Jordan, Algeria later. But so far, Czechia have 1 point, they're third. Bosnia have 1 point and they're third. Scotland have 3 points. Paraguay have 3 points. Ecuador have a point. Sweden have 3 points. Belgium have 2 points. Cape Verde or Cabo Verde have 2 points. Senegal have 0 points, obviously. Jordan have 0 points, so they've obviously got a playing game to play. And Portugal have 1 point. Again, game to play, and then Panama 0 points, game to play. Oh, Koulibaly coming off now, is he? Is he coming off now? PM's Sar. You're bringing off Koulibaly now. The guy who's had too much Panda Jam and Negusi today. 71 minutes. I mean, at least you made the decision. But if you're gonna start him against Iraq, for me the biggest issue, and again, this is where maybe management comes in. The manager playing the same players over again and thinking that it's going to be something different, despite them letting you down before, was criminal. But yeah, based on this form, to be honest, 3 points might actually be enough for some of these teams. because only 4 teams are getting knocked out from the uh next one, and to be honest, um I wouldn't be surprised if it's Czechia, because I don't think they're going to get a point. Will Bosnia beat? I think Bosnia play Qatar, don't they? Yeah, Switzerland against that. So I'm not sure about that. Probably Bosnia probably beat Qatar. Yeah, Ecuador probably going home because Ecuador are playing Germany, and Germany going to win. They might rest players, but Germany going to Ecuador or not. So I think they're going to go home as well. I don't think they're going to get a point. And Karaku, I think Ivory Coast will still probably beat Curacao. Unlike Ivory Coast can score goals, but Belgium are another one that I'm not sure about as well. Cape Verde, I think, will be fine. Whoever's third from this group as well probably is going to be going home from Group J. I don't think Algeria or Jordan have enough. Likewise. So, to be honest, the more that I look at these groups, the more I think that, to be honest, just a win, even if you have goal difference, will probably still be fine. Right. Anyway, getting back to it. Messi and Mbappe behind all in one day was a genius move, but indeed, a lot of people responding today. a lot of people responding. Annoyingly, I don't think they can meet each other. Ooh. I don't think on the group or on the side of the group that France and Argentina can't meet each other until the final. I know that for sure. I'm not sure where Norway would come into, but I suspect they're in the France side of things. Sorry, what I'm saying, the France side of things. Of course, the France side of things. They're in France's group. So they'll probably be in Argentina's bracket, assuming France beat them. But shout out to Norway. I've kind of underestimated them. I mean, I still don't think they're a great team, but it helps when you have a goal scorer like Haaland. It helps. What do you think of tomorrow's games? England versus Ghana. England will beat Ghana. Under Southgate, I might have thought it's going to be sort of, but under Tuchel now, I think now especially because they said that the players are too cautious. I think that win against Croatia was good because I think it says communicating with players, we don't have to be cautious. Let's just go. Oh, cross into the box. Saar. I mean, Senegal had a bit of the ball, but they kept on losing it and doing stupid things and making stupid decisions. So, but again, take nothing away from Norway. I think Norway have really come a long way. And I think what's very fascinating about the World Cup and things is that it really is an indication as to how nations kind of progress. And develop over time. Obviously, players come and go, etc. So, but you can see teams and nations like regressing over time, ceasing to be relevant because of various things that aren't solely just due to players, but a lot of the time also due to the FA and how they've invested in the future. Italy are not a World Cup because fundamentally they've not really invested in developing local Italian talent. Maybe just much like teams like Senegal, Uruguay, etc. Teams that basically just rely on the oldies to do something, and as soon as they can't do anything, they don't. There is no plan. Um, Whatever you say about France and how they do it and all the rest of it, at the end of the day, they're constantly looking for talent to help refresh their squad. The highest to deliver things. Oh, or poor Quillins, a hit against Haaland, and that could have been a hat trick for Haaland. Oh dear, Senegal. I'm sorry, guys. For me, well done, Senegal, but Morocco are AFCON champions, man. This is just England versus Ghana again. Yeah, I guess they'll win. They should win anyway. And it will help them because then if they do it, then that effectively secures them for round of 32, and also I think they'll then also makes them top the group, unless by some miracle Panama beat Croatia tomorrow and also somehow beat England when they see them, which is not going to happen. Like I can say that Panama will beat England. Um, That's not reverse jinx. I can say that. So for me, if England beat Ghana, to which I suspect they will, then that's England topping the group. And then, well, I think they face third in the adjacent group, and as it stands, it could even be Portugal. Senegal on attack again, but I know it's bad. I should really be tracking, but aside from that a little bit of skill with Ismail Sarr, anytime I see Senegal in attack, I'll be honest, I just expect it to be just a cock up, a blast in the air, and not really anything to happen. So I'm effectively just waiting because I think that even with 10 minutes to go, Senegal are not gonna do much. Let me share this tab just briefly. BBC has a good predictor thing that I didn't see. So you go to knockout stage and you can see as it stands so far, based on the results that have sort of gone through. So oh, I've just realized that I've got my Red Devil multiverse thing instead of Red Devil Studio. Click the wrong one. Wrong media asset. It's this one. No wonder people are a bit confused. Anyway, as it stands, obviously this will change. Mane, wow, just all offside flag is up though for Nicholas Jackson. Surprise, surprise. Yeah. So as it stands now, Germany, Scotland. Obviously, again, this will all change. Norway, Sweden, South Korea, Switzerland, Netherlands, Morocco. It'll be a tasty game if that's true. DR Congo, Ghana. How do two African teams face? I guess Ghana are second though, aren't they? So that's second versus probably third in the F, which is interesting. So that's at least one African team guaranteed around the 16. Spain, Austria, United States, Ecuador, Egypt, Czech Republic. That's an easy dub for Egypt. Egypt, USA would actually be quite interesting, actually. Brazil, Japan would be very interesting. This part was a bit stronger because Brazil, Japan, I actually think Japan could do it. And then you've got Ivory Coast of France. And I think France will win, obviously, but then you've got Japan versus France here. That's your round of 16. Brazil, Japan, round of 32. Then it would be, France versus Japan. That's your round of 16, man. Mexico, Cape Verde. Interesting again, especially with Cape Verde's defense. England, Portugal. And then out of those, but home tax, I think, for Mexico. And then England versus Portugal, where Portugal are right now, which is somewhat hard. And then they'd face the winner because England papas it too. Because if you get in Portugal, and then you might face a Mexico or Cape Verde in the round of 6. This is round of 32, round of 16, and then you're facing, as it stands, you're facing France. I think if this follows, am I right? England win that, then at the round of 16 they'll face thingy there. I'd say Mexico. If they win that, the winner there, yeah, they could face one of either France, Japan, or Brazil in the round of 6 in the quarters, yeah, because round of 16 is would be in the quarters. So you got a big team in the quarters. So you could easily see a situation where England have to face Portugal, then face Mexico, the hosts, then face France in the quarters. And if they get through to the semis, they'd probably have to come across. They'd have to probably face Argentina. With the way the run is, it's a difficult run for England, man. Difficult run. Let me share this tab again. There's a few more minutes left of this game that I have unfortunately lost interest in. Get Norway break here. That pass, these passes, this slop, it's just been awful. I'm getting a lot of likes from Moroccans. Bob, almost 4-1. I did hear rumors that these guys, the Senegalese guys, haven't been paid, so it could be that. In fact, it's probably that, to be honest. Nine minutes. Oh, jeez. Can't this be? I'm just tempted to end the stream right away, man. Ugh, 9 minutes of injury time. But I guess there's still time. No, Senegal. Oh, just awful, man. It's just painful to watch. I need to stop watching these late ones, man. The best one seems to be the 8 o'clock ones, not these. South Korea, Mexico, disappointing. This one. Awful. I don't know what to say really anymore. Like, oh, deflection. If somehow Senegal were able to get at least a goal now, then it makes things interesting. But that third goal just killed the game because it was such a stupid goal. Wow. Interesting. Ismail Assar gets a second goal and it's 3-2. Ismail Assar has scored a second goal and there's still 6 minutes left. It's a good pass into Sarr. And a first touch for once from Ismail Assar. Takes it away, flicks it. It's 3-2. Come on. And now things maybe get a little interesting. 3-2. Can Senegal do something now and rescue this game? Free kick. They've got 5 minutes to get something, but 5 minutes of time. The Norwegian fans are being like, it's a little bit squeaky bum time now. 9 minutes is a long time. Whatever happens, Koulibaly cannot start the next game. If the manager is going to start Koulibaly the second game, he's an eager twist. Or, like I said, it might be something to do with the FA not paying these guys. That's the only thing I can think of. But they're still in the game. Mane. It's on for throw. 3-2. What is Infantino speaking to Haaland's dad for? Mane. Corner. And we have cramp. He's gonna have to go off for a minute though. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, fold. Mm-hmm. Do they use all their subs? Senegal got above a minute and whatever injury time I have left, maybe 2 minutes to get something. I got to do something now. Bye. Oh, I'm not sure why you're taking a shot there. Composure, man. They got to move it quicker now, Senegal. They literally only 30 seconds and whatever additional for the thing. They've got to get something. Corner. Corner. Oh, header over. Ismail Assar again, who's oof. It's a good delivery. He jumps just above Haaland, actually, behind Haaland. Just can't get above him. Too little, too late. That third goal, I just don't think was this, like I said, killed the game. Shout out for Senegal for at least scoring 2 goals. Yeah, there'll be more time because of the injuries. And it's referee blown it. Mm. Big up and full time. It is 3-2. Norway 3, Senegal 2. Machine, Erling Haaland. They deserved ultimately to win, I think, overall. Like, to be honest, aside from Saar, who, helped to sort of to do his thing, he's got a brace. Everyone else was a bum. Mane was kind of okay, but everyone else just disappointing from Senegal, to be honest. Really bad. And the defending, Koulibaly should just be jailed. Should be jailed. But big up Norway, qualification secured, and Senegal are going to have to try and pull something out of the bag against Iraq. I still think if they win that game, they'll still qualify for round of 32, but we'll see what happens. Right, thanks everyone for watching. To like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. Follow us on Twitter at Red Devil Studio X. Have a nice day, guys, and cheers. Peace.